Yeah, so what? It's your boy, Bits and Bars, with the catchiest catchphrase on YouTube right now. Newest member of the Football Terrace. What we saying, people? What we saying? I'm here with my co-host Prime. Prime, what we saying, brother?
Uh, I'm good. I'm good. I mean,
Jose got your tongue? Jose got your tongue? Or what? What we saying, fam?
Jose. I mean, if you know what he's like, you know that's what he does in big games. He sets up not to lose. Maybe tries to nick out on the counter. I thought Frank would be smart enough to figure that out and would have some sort of plan to counteract it. But
Mm-hmm.
I, I, I kind of had a bit of a
Prime, you all right? You okay? You're a bit
yeah. No, I'm good. I'm
fun,
good.
bro. What's going on? What's going on?
Just because you won at the weekend, you think you can talk to me? Relax. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Shout out a man like Sonny, man. Big up, big up, big up.
Big up, Sonny. Big up, Sonny. No, I'm good. I'm good. It's just I would have thought Frank would have had some sort of plan or something to kind of counteract it. I kind of had a bit of a rant on the terrace, but people like Jem trying to tell me that we had chances and stuff, and then Tammy would have taken them and this and that. And yeah, I guess that's true, but I don't know. I just would have thought Frank would have done something. Bob's, your thoughts as a neutral watching the game?
Do you know what? Yeah, I called it and I said it. Look, chess, not checkers. Okay, listen. The only criticism I have for Chelsea is this: you guys had all the possession, passing from left to right. You did not penetrate nothing. Okay. Now we can talk about Jamie Abraham. Shout out rants. That's what he says and calls it. I think it's funny, so I'm gonna use it. Bro, I think that. Do you know what? What's his name? Jamie Abraham is a 1 in 3/4 striker. As in, I think on the third, fourth chance he may score. However, that being said, okay, Frank has picked him for a reason. I just think that type of game, in my opinion, you need the Giroud to bounce it off, hold it up, flick it off. Because I think with Jose, shout out man like Kojo. Make sure you subscribe to Free Midfield, guys. Make sure you subscribe to LFC Sonny as well. I think that Jose probably thought, have all the possession. If the ball's in front of the midfield and the back four, you're not going to penetrate us. And they were going from left to right, right to left. Reece James, baller, putting in some fantastic crosses. However, you have to look at the attribute of headering compared to Giroud and Abraham. And for me, I just think maybe the personnel through the middle wasn't the right choice. On the contrary, you guys did have chances. I won't say anything clear cut. Giroud at the end, however, we're clutching. Maybe if that was like 10 minutes before, or later on, maybe he would have had a chance. But yeah, I think as a Man United fan and a neutral, I think as a neutral, it was boring, but it happens. Yeah. But those games happen because you need to remember when Tottenham normally go to Chelsea, they get beat. So let's not, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. My only thing about it is, again, knowing what Jose is like in these big games, he tends to get the results that he wants. A 0-0 draw works in his favor because Spurs are now top of the table. Psychologically, mind games wise, it works because he's first in the league. Whether it's by a point or so, doesn't matter. He's still top.
But yeah, I get that. So, okay, you know what? Remember we done a weekend wrap up a few weeks ago, and I said Man United only should have went at Chelsea because they were there to be got at, and vice versa with Frank, right? I think, in my opinion, that both managers didn't want to lose, which is obvious. That's standard. However, there's a manner. You're facing another rival potentially for the league. We have to say it because they're sitting top of the tree right now, and you don't want to lose. So you hope and try and foresee it to say that other teams like Liverpool's, your Man United drop points in the long run. So it does become a good point. For Tottenham, I think it was a statement personally for me that Tottenham went there and drew because normally, historically, they do struggle up there. And also, I think it shows the mentality of Tottenham now. You can say Jose, I think you have to give Jose some credit in that because the mentality is that they did not get beat, And with this crazy season that's happening right now, I think drawing is obviously the next big thing, but drawing can be so vital in the long run. 100%.
Yeah, but again, from my point of view as a fan for Chelsea, my thing is being we're now going into these run of games against the bigger sides.
Okay.
I want to see something for me personally to believe that Frank can win us the league, not even this season, but next season. This is a big game against Spurs where I didn't see a tactical nous about it. I didn't see, because we know Jose is going to set up to be defensive and maybe try and nick 1-0 on a counter attack.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything tactical. If we had started with Giroud up front instead of Tammy, then yes, that's a tactical switch. I would have understood. Or if we had played, I don't know. It just seemed like there was no tactical thing about it in the game for me, from Frank's point of view, anyway, or at least that.
But do you not think? Sorry to cut you off, man. Do you not think that a point out of the 90 plus minutes, you'll take the point now when you look back?
Oh yeah, I will, and I'm not even necessarily complaining because again, if we go through these run of games, go past Christmas, and we're in February, and we're ahead of Spurs by like 4 points or something, or we end up winning the league come May by a point, then yeah, that game is a vital point. But if this is all if, buts, and maybes, and I can only go off, I don't know, hindsight is 2020, and we'll see what happens at the end of the season. I'm not going to be overly critical, even though it may sound like I am. I'm not going to be overly critical either side, but yeah, we'll see.
Oh, okay, segue, right? Let's go into the other big clubs that we're playing, right? I don't even really want to touch too much on City because, let's be honest, I think that's 3-4 years running. They've slapped up Burnley 5-0. You know what I mean? Like, real talk, man. Like, do you know what with Burnley, bro? Like, do you know what? Let me not disrespect Burnley fans. However, I think it's a fixture you just write off completely and evident with the scoreline 5-0. But listen, obviously, you know me, I'm a football fan, but I'm a Man United fan. However, as I said, I'm a football fan, man. And big up to Mahrez because, leading up to this season, you could have said he's a squad player, which he probably is at best. But, he just showed why he's actually worth a starting spot. What do you think on that, man?
Mahrez, we know the quality he possesses, but he doesn't start at Man City consistently anyway. Why is that? Does he necessarily suit the way that Pep wants to play? I'm not entirely sure. Because we know he uses Sterling on that left-hand side to kind of make those runs into the box, and that's where he gets all those goals. And on that right-hand side, it's, I guess, more so creativity, which is why Bernardo Silva plays. But Mahrez, yeah, I don't know. But getting a hat-trick, even though it's against Burnley, and we know how good defensively Burnley are, but getting a hat-trick, if that doesn't force your way into the team for a few weeks, then what will?
Listen, just before I add to that, you're saying, shout out Kojo again. Jose saying the Spurs players were angry, they drew. That's a big change in my side. Exactly, Kojo, 100%. I mean, this is, we can crack the jokes. This is Spurs lads. When Fergie said it, Spursy, Bottenham FC, it's Spurs lads. Do you know what I mean? However, they went to Chelsea and they were angry that they couldn't get something. So that shows you the shift in mindset. And no, big up to yourself because I agree with you, 100%. Prime, regarding Mahrez, scoring a hat-trick. Do you know what, Do you know, to me, the way I see Mahrez scoring against Burnley, I put it towards, like, if I'm playing a younger family relative at FIFA. Do you know what I'm on? It's like, we're playing FIFA, I know I'm going to score, and then, do you know what? Let me not waste time here. Let me just bang you 5-0. And then, do you know what I mean? Go cry to your mum or something like that. But, look, one of the hardest things in football is to score a goal. So, let's be serious here. You know what I mean? He done his job. And you have to admit, Pep's got a headache. Well, he's probably got a bigger headache now because obviously Champions League's coming up. And enough said there, innit? Okay, so anyway, we need to go to LFC Sonny's boys, right? Liverpool. Now, VAR, every week there seems to be a talking point of VAR. Real talk. Let's be honest here. I mean, in fact, coaches just put another comment in. Let me just say, I think on Mahrez, Pep is obsessed with passes, and he isn't that. He's a direct dribbler. I just think Pep plays him in these games because he knows he's sort of. Yeah, do you know what, Kojo? You're right, and it's a win-win for Pep, isn't it? Because Mahrez is going to be angry and he wants to prove his point, so he bangs in a hat trick, and it's like, you need to pick me. Do you know? So it's a win-win for him actually. But anyway, Leicester City, Liverpool, right? Prime, as I was saying, okay. Are they? You know, I said that saying in the group chat towards you. I said, cookie crumbles. You know, LFC. Listen, don't get triggered. This is just my opinion, but cookie does crumble. You went from Klopp's. Let's not say tantrum. Let's just say
Nah. Stop it. It's a tantrum. Bob, you have a son. Has he ever pulled a tantrum like that? You have a kid. Has he ever done that?
I think the moment, do you know what I just thought? I understood what he said. Okay. A part of me just can't feel any affiliation towards it because 1, he's the op. 2, it's Sonny's football team. 3, it's Liverpool. 4, it's flipping Liverpool. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? 5, you're the champions. Deal with it. Get on with it.
For me, it's the thing of we all have to deal with this. And yeah, some managers can come out and talk about it and complain and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, this is top level football.
Keep it going, Prime. I'm just getting some water.
This is top level football. You're the champions. You're meant to be one of the best teams on the planet. I don't care. Deal with it. You have all these injuries. Cool. I don't care. Deal with it. Because every other team has to deal with it. All the injuries Man United had last season to Martial, Rashford and Pogba at certain times of the first half of the season. And that was part of why they were in such bad form. They still managed to get top 4. Chelsea last season, all the injuries we had to our main boys and Christian Pulisic or Kante or, you know, we still managed to get top 4. Deal with it. Klopp is this world-class manager. You want to compare him to Fergie and Jose. Let's see him win the league this season. Because I think one of my favourites.
Yeah, exactly. There's no favourites. You know, look, any football person will tell you they are still favourites. I mean, the last 2 years have shown that they've been consistent. But this season has been a freak season. COVID-19 has showed the imbalance of structure. There's no cohesion. Everything's different. You know, everything's been patterned up completely different. Is it a penalty, Robertson? Is it a penalty? I mean, by the letter of the law and all that nonsense. Is it a penalty? Do you know what? Robertson is Scotland's captain, and obviously when he has the navy blue on, I feel obliged to defend him. But when he has the red on, he's on his own, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those ones. So, I mean, is it a penalty? I think it's, people say it's soft, it's harsh. I think we need to eradicate that because it's either a penalty or it's not. And I think, not to sit on the fence, was there contact? Yes. And there should be a penalty. However, if we're going to be given penalties for that, flipping out, man. We're done. It's ruined. The game's ruined, man.
I just think people need to start understanding and reading the letter of the law. They need to start understanding how VAR actually works and stuff like that properly before they start making comments like VAR robbed us and yada yada yada. And also stop complaining because that's not the reason why Liverpool drew the game. They drew the game because they weren't good enough to beat Brighton, which is embarrassing personally, but whatever, it's not my club.
Listen, the thing is, but Brighton, right? We need to salute Brighton. Mike, how you doing, man? Salute to you, bro. Like, guy, I think the thing is, listen, there's a few teams that I think everyone will say there's a few rubbish teams and stuff, but listen, we need to shots already, bro. Have you had your lunch yet, mate? Do you know what I mean? Go eat something, protein shake or something. Flipping. I think there's. Do you know what? We can't say there's no rubbish or crap team, right, in the Premier League. okay, you can say Burnley, Fulham, and do you know what? But like, let's play some homage and respect because these are all professional footballers, elite athletes. Okay.
Nah, hold on. Even Fulham, sorry to interrupt you. Even Fulham, if Fulham had beaten Arsenal first day of the season, they would be, I think, on the same points as them.
Yeah,
Or not
yeah,
that far behind. So
yeah. Listen, we'll come to the circus at the end. Don't worry. But like, for me, yeah, I just think that this season has been completely different. And to be fair to Brighton, Harry Potter has got them playing so well. Like flipping Connolly, is it Prosgard? Gross, March, all of them, man. I think they play good football. Are they individually better than Liverpool? No. But it's a team game, and I just think that you're always going to get a good game at Brighton. Always going to get good. I called them ice cream cone men to Rams, actually. Shout out to Rams because he couldn't beat ice cream cone men. But salute to him, man. Hopefully get him on soon. And I just think Brighton's a tough game. And, people say to me, oh, you're just piping up against Liverpool. No. Because, look, we struggled. Man United struggled there. They will give teams a good game. However, the quality on show should be enough. And I just think it's just one of those ones. Look, every championship winning team always says defending it is harder than winning it. Simple.
much harder,
That's it. And I just think that, it's just a cycle right now. They're going for a little blip. Listen, come January, February, I think we'll start to see the majority of the big clubs pull away and stuff. But right now, the numbers don't lie. Look at the scoreboard. You know what I mean? Look at the table. I mean, you've got to go by what's going on, and you're only as good as your last game. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Your prime, wrap up on Liverpool, man.
your champions go win the league. So what else can I say? Go retain it. People want to compare that Liverpool winning it last season. It's one of the greatest achievements in Premier League history. Compare it to United's treble. Pick one of United's trebles. Compare it to Jose's side that retained the league. Arsenal's Invincibles, which is not that great anyway. Compared to City Centurions. I mean, those teams retained their league, right? So just defend it.
I think the challenge out, isn't it? Look, accept the challenge. You're going to be the team that everyone wants to beat right now, And like with Jota, you have to admit, probably Jota could never have thought of that. The season he had with Wolves, he was at Liverpool. So you can say everyone's trying to be on show, play your best game, impress, because you never know. It can get you that big move. And also, everyone wants to beat Liverpool. It just is what it is. You're the champions. You're going to get got at. So anyway, we're going to segue. Do you know what, yeah? Let's talk about them. Let's talk about this team. Because I think they have been a bit inconsistent. And I think their manager potentially could have... I mean, not necessarily potentially. He was criticised a little bit. But the Wolves manager is doing a great job right now. I think we need to pay homage to what he's done with Portugal reserves. And I think... who did they play again? Who was it they played? Yes, sorry. The Circus from North London. Arsenal Football Club. Hashtag Banter FC. Hashtag Bodied FC. Prime, listen, yeah. Do you know what? I think that it was funny. It was hilarious.
Nah, Bob, stop. Bobs, you're bullying. You're bullying. It's not funny anymore. It's sad. It was funny. It was funny 5 years ago. It's sad now. It's sad.
Do you know what? Okay, all jokes aside, we can banter them. However, I think Arteta has got his workout cut for him. I think he's realising what he actually has in his roster. I also think that Arsenal, unfortunately, are not the force that they once were. I think football has changed and elevated, and funnily enough, I think Arsenal are slightly getting left behind, and I think Arteta is now aware of the job he's got to be done, because let's not take any credit from Wolves, but, Arsenal need to win these games. They need to win these games to not even to try and win the league or compete, but just to try and keep up pace. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think they're 14th, right?
I don't know. I don't look below 8th in the table, so I don't know.
Flipping heck, Brian. Flipping.
Nah, listen. You're saying that they're. You're saying all of this, Bro, I've been saying this for years now about Arsenal. There's a reason why I say that I personally, I don't care about Chelsea right now in this moment in time. Me personally, I don't see them as a rival. There's no threat to them. Man United, as bad as you've been in the past few years, I still respect United. There's
Yeah,
still, I could banter you guys sometimes, but there's still a level of respect and decorum. I
100%.
don't respect Arsenal at all. The fans, my personal opinion, you all deserve this because you all hyped up Arteta because he beat Chelsea, who Frank's tactically inept. He
Yep,
beat
yep.
a Liverpool team that had already won the league and they were on holiday, and a City team that were so inconsistent last season.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
So what? You couldn't beat Jose, who when he came into the job, I swear he was behind you, and he managed to finish sixth. Jose, who you guys said you didn't want, how dare you? How do you don't have the right to say you don't want a manager? You didn't want Jose. What is he doing now? Potentially in a title race. Didn't want Ancelotti. Could potentially be in a title race, or could potentially get top 4 or top 6.
Top 6. Yeah.
And you're now saying that people are now trying to turn on Arteta, which, in my personal opinion, Arteta may be a good manager, maybe, but he's so young that he's not going to get the time to at least prove at Arsenal because either the board will give him way too much time and it will sink your club further, or he'll get sacked.
But
you
then,
should have put in
an
an experienced manager that actually knows what he's doing, like Rafa Benitez, who knows how to work with average players.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, don't be silly. Don't be silly. Mate, you're my co-host. Let's keep it going. I just think that, we can body Arsenal fans and stuff, but we need to remember, like, Arsenal, you could say Arteta got his targets. So what's the complaints? Everyone had the same time to assemble your squad. So, when they beat us, they were making noise. And it's just like, now it's just like, okay, back to reality. This is where you are. However, let's not take away Wolves, because look, Wolves just keep plodding on, man. Just keep plodding on, staying consistent. Nuno, I don't think he gets enough credit for what he does, especially for the style of play he plays. Just to wrap on that, I think mentality has a key thing to play for Arsenal, and also when you look at Arsenal now, I look at the team and I just think you guys don't represent your history right now. Do you know? Like, I mean, we're going to go on to the big team very soon, but
what history though? Because this has been happening for over a decade. What history? 10 years is history.
Well, I mean, I think any Arsenal fans in the comments, if any Arsenal fans watch this back, please answer that question. I'm going to clip that, Prime. I'm going to tweet it, because I'd like to have a conversation and ask that. I mean, what history? And this is not slander. This is not me and Prime taking shots. Well, a little bit is taking shots. However,
no. I'm genuinely being honest, because Arsenal fans love to talk about the history and how you're bigger and better than Chelsea and stuff like that, and you try and put yourself on the level of United and Liverpool. Cool. But at least Liverpool, they didn't win the league for 30 years. In that space of time, did they not win, 2 Champions Leagues?
Yeah.
At least in that space of time. And at least they were somewhat challenging and stuff. United, you're going through a bad patch now, but you've still won a Europa League. It may be a BTEC European trophy, but still a European trophy.
Still a European trophy.
What have Arsenal done? You went through a trophy drought for about 10 years or so. You won an FA Cup. And that's all you've been doing every few years, winning an FA Cup and getting gassed off an FA Cup. You now have players like Aubameyang, 350 a week, Ozil 350.
Damn.
On how much money? Willian on 220 a week. You're spending big wages on these players.
Damn.
And you're stuck in the cauldrons of the Europa League. And I say stuck because you might not make Europa League this season or for next season. Like, you just come to accept that your club, your owners don't actually care about you. And if you guys actually cared, you would boycott, but you don't. It seems like you care too much about someone like a Partey being signed and Aubameyang scoring a goal and then bantering Man United fans when they lose than your own actual club.
Did you see what their goal of the month was? The penalty.
That was funny because was that not the same thing that happened last year for Man United?
Anyway, listen,
And you guys got sick about it, yeah. But
let's segue to the big team. You know, the big team. Hey, hey, hey! Pew, pew! Hey! What are we saying? What are we saying?
Gunman Cavani.
Listen. Eddie boy, man like Ed, you know. Let me not even say his full name, you know. It's not a Sunday. Ed, yeah. It was on a Sunday afternoon. A Uruguayan felt he had to come, be like Tarzan, swing from right to left, rescue JNFC. Listen, do you know, yeah? First half was a horror show. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather watch paint dry. However, I still backed my team. I said in Diana on the chat, City and I chat. I said, like, I'm still confident. You know, the second goal goes in. But for me, with the second goal, yeah, Fred had a great game. But that challenge, I was just like, no. Because from 25 yards out, by default, it's a goal. Listen, Southampton's Milky Way kid is hitting postage stamps, hitting top corner. Do you know what I mean? Forget top bins, bro. You know when you post a letter and you put the stamp on right in the corner? That's him. He's like, say no more. And then for me, yeah, I just thought, okay, watching the game, we were still creating. I thought to myself, they haven't really penetrated us. We've had chances. We've had some poor finishing. And I thought, okay, cool. And then, you know, Edison Cavani came on and said, que passe, señores, El Matador is here. And, you know, listen, 10 out of 10 performance. Yes, I'm very, very happy. My team won. Yes, I'm very happy we got the goals, you know. But we move, you know. I've been on a few shows, few podcasts, and I've said, you know, so happy. I was gassed. I was loving it. Cool. Next game. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's enjoy the moment. You know, I saw a few tweets from some other fans, Man United celebrating like we won the Champions League. No, obviously we didn't win the Champions League. But, you know, in this league, to be 2-0 down and come back to win 3-2, it's not your given right. You should have. Do you know what I mean? If Southampton were smarter, they would have probably tried to push for the third and kill the game completely. Now, I'm not gonna big up the win anymore because it was 3 away goals. Southampton was a hard place to go. However, we won. Period.
And it showed. Fine, you were 2-0 down, whatever, embarrassing, but it shows the fight and the mentality in your team. Cavani comes on. Greenwood didn't have the best game, but again, he's a kid. He's going to be inconsistent. Cavani comes on, immediate impact. Bruno, he got your first goal, I'm sure, yeah?
Yeah, he did.
Leader is what you want.
Just saying.
And this is stuff that Arsenal is missing in the team. Because as much as they try to compare themselves to United, what leaders do Arsenal have? Aubameyang's meant to be their captain. He's not a leader. Aubameyang's meant to be in the team and stuff like that. But it's funny because he's not a leader. Look, I said this yesterday in our Terrace group chat that being a captain is not just about, or being a leader is not just about wearing the armband and stuff. You know, you've got to be able to step up. Man United's golden sides and stuff. What? Giggs, Scholes, Beckham, Ferdinand, Vidic, Neville, Evra, Van der Sar, Rooney. I can name more. How many of them actually wore the armband for Man United? But yet they were all leaders. Chelsea, Terry was our captain, but we had Lampard, Drogba, Ballack, Essien. Arsenal don't have leaders anymore. I saw O'Shea put something like the fact that, you know, they seem all their past few captains have embarrassed themselves and left the club disregarding the club. Embarrassing.
Yes, Prime. So what you're saying, basically, I hear what you're saying, and it is embarrassing. Funny thing for me is just that, like, simple as this, right? Okay. We won, right? Big up ads. I believe it's ads. Yeah. Shout out ads. Make sure you go and support GNA TV, guys, and make sure you subscribe to that. But no, bro, I just think that we won. Like, okay, criticize, analyze, cool story. We won. Just keep it moving. Do you know what I mean? Bruno, there was clips of Bruno when we scored the equaliser. He was shouting, "Come on, let's go, let's go." He wants to win the game, bro. Mentality. We asked for leaders. Fortunately, we don't have many of them in our team, but we've got the Portuguese guy, another Portuguese, that basically who wants to win at Man United and wants to win things. He never grew up thinking, I support Manchester United. Wherever he grew up in Portugal, I'm going to prefer. No, but he's came to us because he realizes we're a big club and he wants us to do well. Period. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? All right, listen, guys, that's the weekend wrap up. Man like Prime, and yeah, so what? It's your boy, Bits and Bobs. Listen, make sure you like and subscribe the show. Me and Prime are going to bring out more content. We're working on some ideas as well. You know, it's like P. Diddy and B.I.G., you know what I mean? Bad boys, we don't stop, you know. You know, when you see the gift.
Bad boys for life.
But listen, Prime, shout out your socials. And guys, people that are in the comments, big up for watching. Please run it back, share it up. Listen, you know, from being co-host on our show, from being teammates on the terrace now, man, you know what I mean? Listen, the good Lord works in mysterious ways, man.
Exactly. The partnership will never stop. Yeah, Latimus Prime X on Twitter. My YouTube channel, Latimus Prime, where I do interviews and stuff like that. I've got a few ideas and stuff in the pipeline for the future. I was talking to Bobs about it, I think last night.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be a long while before I can actually figure things out and how it'll go. But yeah, just keep updated about that. Check us out on the terrace as well, obviously. Bob's made his debut over the weekend, coming in like Marcus Rashford. Clean strike on goal. Immediate impact is what we need.
Yes, 100%, guys. Obviously, and I'm your boy, Bits and Bobs. Hashtag yeah, so what? Get it trending. Come on. The boy from Scotland with the catchiest YouTube phrase at this point of time. Run up the numbers, like and subscribe. Thank you so much, guys. Peace to you.